Hello, welcome to Intuitive Insights. My name is Megan McDonough. I am your no BS woo-woo coach, here to help you, guide you to use your intuition and creativity for a more purpose-filled life. This week, we're going to look at changes, angel numbers, how to use the angel numbers if you see them, if you know what they are, if you don't. I will explain that a bit. But here's a bit of an exploration of how to communicate between the seen and the unseen through the magic of angel numbers. Okay, the new year started. It's 2025. Los Angeles is on fire and the South is covered in snow. So last year, the uptick in angel numbers or seeing angel numbers started when I kind of restarted my spiritual path with the focus or lens of intuition and its access point to creativity and vice versa. And how our intuitive and creative health, our energetic health, is as important as our physical health, our mental health, our psychological health, right? So that's kind of been my platform and my focus. And my focus here with this podcast has been to reiterate my belief that everyone is intuitive, everyone is creative. And our tools of intuition and creativity can be profoundly impactful and transformative in our physical everyday life. And so why not use them, right? But first, you have to be aware that you have them. You have to believe that you have them. You have to explore how they work with you, and then you put them into action. So I share general, what I call universal spiritual messages that come through with readings or from my own experience. I also ask people who are using their intuition and creativity in life, how that manifests for them. What does that look like for them? How do they define intuition? How do they express intuition? As a creative or non-creative, right? Or someone who identifies themselves with creativity or not. But as I started this journey, there was something that happened with me in numbers. One particular meditation that I was guided through in my newfound lens, I started seeing all these numbers. Like it was like surreal. Like it felt like I just kept getting like, and they weren't your typical angel numbers. They weren't like 111, 222, 333, 444. They weren't a repetition of numbers. They were combinations of numbers like 147, blah, 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 And I was seeing them in like chunks, and I was propelled to write them down. So I did. And then I was like, what am I looking at here? Like, what is this? And not only what is this, but like, am I going crazy? Like legit, So, I mean, it felt like it was a message. That was my intuition. It was some kind of message. And so I was like, but this isn't like binary codes, just ones and zeros. So like, what is this? So I was like, all right, I'm just going to type in the first number set, into Google and see what pops up. And what popped up was an angel number message definition. And the message, I wish I kept the message. I don't know where it is, but it started off, and it was like a paragraph, of numbers. But it started off with, don't be afraid. And then it went into use your intuitive skills to help others. Use your creativity to help others. I mean, the message was legit. Like it was all resonating and making sense for where I was at, what I was doubting, what I was going through. And so I kind of unearthed this discovery in me of angel numbers and the connection of the numbers as a means to communicate with the unseen. So every time I do a reading for someone, at the end, I just check in to see if any numbers are coming to me for that person. And it's like I just feel them. I guess some people call that intuit, what, they intuit them or what have you. But I see them, but I more so feel their energy and see them at the same time. It's like a combination. That's how I do it. And if I'm not initially seeing something, I will tap into this particular tool called the diamond light. And every time I tap into the diamond light, it's like I can't even say the word without getting a message. So I just got 222, which I will share with you right now as I am talking. So I have this beautiful book, the Angel Number book by Mystic Michaela is her name. And I love this book particularly because it only goes up to 999. So for any numbers past that, I look at Joanna Scribes because I don't have all of these angel numbers, memorized. I'm just feeling the messages. And then feeling what resonates. I like Mystic Michaela because she is positive, she is concise and actionable, practical. So as I'm, whenever I connect to this, I'm not even going to say it because every time I do, I start getting numbers and it's like, it's wonderful and overwhelming at the same time. But, So 222, which I just saw, and speaking of that, is trustful. Your angels are asking you to trust your place in life right now. You are in the right place at the right time. Take a look around and enjoy the moment. Everything is where it is supposed to be. That's reassuring. That's lovely. But what I wanted to talk about right now is the numbers that I've been seeing over the past year and in 2024. And it's twofold. So the numbers I've been seeing, and I keep seeing 147. See, this is now I feel like this is where that's like I'm afraid of this, even saying the word because of the meditation, because all of a sudden I just start getting these numbers. So I'm going to look this one up. Here we go. Oh, all right. 147, demonstrate diligence. Show the universe your appreciation. Show the universe that you are respectful of your time and energy by diligently addressing the tasks ahead of you today. Now, that works out because I'm procrastinating a little. How you treat what the universe gives you will provide a blueprint for what comes next. Fair, very fair. Repeat this mantra. I move through tasks with efficiency. Then I get to work. Great. So having said that, I feel like they're telling me to shut up and just get on with it. So the number that I was seeing a lot last year was 555. Like it started to feel like a joke. Like I kept seeing it over and over and over and over again, right? And like it was just like, oh my God, all right, I get it. Big changes are coming. Big changes are coming. I'll read you 555 right now. And yes, I also saw other numbers like 444 and 333 and obviously 222, which and 1111 and 111. I've been seeing them like crazy town, But 555, major change. Get your mindset right. Change can be seen as a negative thing, but with the right mindset and the right alignment to your goals, it's actually your angel's way of readjusting your life to fit your desires. Life will look different when you get what you want. I reconnected with that number today. And the reason being is because there's a lot of change happening. And I went back to that number because I was like, maybe, quite possibly, this is the beginning of the change that I have been hearing is coming. And yes, there's a lot of things changing. But what I also wanted to say to that is I don't believe I'm unique in this number connection situation. Anytime I present that particular meditation to a group, or I'm in a group where that meditation is being led, I have found magnets, like magnets, I have found others who see the numbers, which I find so interesting. And it kind of confirmed for me, it confirmed my thought that numbers can be a communication source between realms or between the seen and unseen. And when I do the readings at the end, I check in with the numbers and I write them down, and add them to, everybody gets a workbook with my readings. And at the end of the workbook, I put the definitions of the numbers that I saw for them. And they always, even if I never seen that number before and it pops up, the numbers always kind of provide a short synopsis of the overall message of the reading. So I find them really magical and fascinating, right? And I have a very fond connection to them. But the other fun and interesting thing I thought when I reconnected with the Mystic Michaela's, particularly his definition of the number 555, was that this year, I heard a long time ago, I can't remember which particular person or coach or influencer or whatever it was said to come up with a word for the year, right? Which I never really felt right about. Like I never could really land on a word. It was more of a feeling, a desire, and a goal, that kind of thing. But for some reason, not intentionally, a word kind of came through me. And that word, ironically, was alignment. And in all things, physical, mental, emotional, relationships, home, work, life, right? Spiritual. And the irony or the appropriateness of the message 555, big change is coming. Get aligned, align yourself, just resonated really deeply. And so what I wanted to share today is that if you are seeing numbers, right? Consistently, like it's over and over, and you're like, this has got to be a joke, right? Like I'm always seeing this number. You're getting messages. Like that's a gift from the unseen. That's a gift from the universe. That's a gift from God, whatever you believe in. And there's a message behind those numbers. There's a vibration behind those numbers. My mom gifted me a numerology reading my senior year of college, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. And I was very intrigued by numerology then, still am. And the idea that even letters have numeric energy behind them. And the idea that as a soul, you impress upon your parents the name of your soul in this lifetime, according to the vibration of those letters and those numbers behind them. In addition to, you choose your birth time and you choose your parents. And that's not dissimilar to other spiritual paths or other spiritual divination ideas or philosophies. I remember in a Kabbalah course talking about how your soul has an issue it wants to work on in this lifetime, a lesson it needs to learn. So it chooses your parents, your soul chooses your parents according to how best it can learn that lesson. And the beautiful thing, I think, about looking at things from these perspectives, from these lenses, right, is that it turns victimhood into empowerment. It flips a bitch on the conversation of why me to, of course, thank you. Let's get to work. It takes you from feeling disempowered and retreating in your skin and your energy to vibrating and action-based forward, moving through with like excitement and joy and purpose, And that pulls me back to what the age-old, ever-long battle of being in a human skin is. The fight, the battle between faith and trust and fear. Between knowing and connecting to the eternal soul within and disconnecting from the material that languishes, material that changes. Change is the only constant in life, one of my favorite sayings. In the material world, in the spiritual world, love and consistency prevail. And there are many ways up the mountain to get there, to connect to that thought. That's my belief, that those of us on a spiritual quest, to those of us on a spiritual path, and I also believe we all are, just some of us aren't privy to it or aware of it or recognizing it. We are all spiritually drawn to the top of that mountain. And it doesn't always make sense. A lot of the times it doesn't. But that boundary between not making sense and feeling propelled to do something that may not make sense, but let's be safe, let's be, you know what I mean? Let's not, I don't want anybody to hurt themselves, or others. But that kind of living on the edge of that vibration of trust and faith, that the yearning inside you is guiding you in the right direction, and that you are being held by the universe around you. I feel like that is the space, that is the challenge, no matter what particular way we get there. Whatever our angle is. If our angle is, I need to learn how to navigate relationships better, be more communicative in my relationships. That's my angle into this vibration. And so I have to do things that are scary and don't feel, safe, right? With me, meaning I have to be vulnerable. I have to speak my truth. I have to speak my emotions. I have to honor the mission my soul was given in this life. I feel compelled to create. I can't help myself. I feel compelled to search out healing. I feel compelled to teach. I struggle with a lot of it that doesn't make sense or doesn't feel like it fits quite well in the material world. But when I do listen and let go of the control that is connected to the material world, the illusion of control, because I don't believe we can ever really have it, synchronicities happen. And synchronicities to me are the universe's way of saying, yes, keep going, which pulls back to angel numbers. So if you're seeing them, yes, keep going. I feel like the more humanity evolves and sheds layers of the material world, of matter, of the density of this earth vibration, the more we'll understand that the unseen has more power than the seen, and that the unseen is a manifestation of love and consistency that we all have inside of us. Okay, that is my New Year's TED Talk on angel numbers and faith and trust and hope and love and fear and purpose and whatever else I talked about. I do feel change is coming. I have felt change is coming. And I'd be lying to say it doesn't twist me up inside and make me nervous. or anxious or worried. So in sharing this today, I'm not only saying, have faith to you, I'm reminding myself as well. Evolution cannot exist without the change of what is. So when we hold our mind on the prize of further evolution, of a revealing of a higher vibration of self and community and the world as we know it, the change becomes a little more digestible. And we can anchor ourselves through these winds of change with a little more stability and hope. All right, that's it. Couple things. If you want an angel number reading, if you want to just check in and see what numbers I see for you and what messages are on the other side waiting for you to connect to, you can find me at info@magnetizeyourlight. If you're looking for a full reading, all readings come with a recording, an audio recording, and a personalized workbook that you can work through to really incorporate the messages that are coming through from your soul, from your spirit guides, from the universe to you, so that you can put them into action for yourself. Again, that's on my website under the Intuition tab, Intuition Plus. And I also have, if you want to take it further and take that intuition into really empowering yourself and how to use your own intuition, I offer Intuition Plus coaching. And that can be on a package basis, like I have a project I want to focus on and I need some intuition and coaching, and I need to tap in to my own intuition and be coached around it in order to get this thing done. That's an option. Another one is to just do like, let's coach together one-on-one. I call it guru cool style, not necessarily calling myself guru, but like the one-on-one style of looking at your intuition, looking at the parts of yourself in your life that you want to tap into more deeply and explore and unravel and unearth a little more to get to the next level. That is also an option. If you were in Chicago on the 15th of January, I am doing a workshop with that meditation that shall not be named, so I don't get more. Gosh, man, every time I say it, 247, I gotta look that up. So it's a free workshop at Slant of Light Books. If you're in Chicago and if you know Old Town, it is I love this place. It's so cool. There's a fireplace there. She's decorated. It's so beautiful. Jessica, the owner of the shop, she used to be a Chicago public school teacher. And she opened this amazing bookstore in Old Town. And if you don't know it and you're in Chicago, come, because it will be your favorite if it's not already. Trust me. Like, I guarantee. It's fabulous. And if any of this resonated with you, or if you have any questions for me or thoughts you want to share, I'd love to hear from you. You can find me on all socials at Magnetize Your Light. All right, make some magic today. Big buckets of love.